The Dalai Lama has been the cornerstone of Tibetan spiritual and political life since he first ascended to the theocratic role in 1950.
Just 15 years old, was hurriedly declared of age.
Within 9 years of him coming to the throne, the Chinese army forcibly took control of Tibet, forcing the Dalai Lama to flee to India, where he established the Tibetan government in exile. From there, he began a series of democratic reforms, completely overhauling Tibet's ancient system of government and law, which has now culminated in his retirement as political leader of the Tibetan people.
Much of your life, I mean, you are a spiritual leader, but much of your life has been consumed with politics, though. Is that still part of your life?
Still, I'm Dalai Lama. Cannot retire from Dalai Lama.
Yes. Well, the Pope can retire from the Pope, though, apparently. Right?
Yeah.
Tibetans were shocked, indeed the world was shocked when you made that announcement. Is it because you reject theocracy, or was it for more personal reasons?
Actually, reject. It's an old, outdated sort of system.
Yes.
No matter how sacred, it's outdated.
Yes.
So we must act according 21st century's new reality.
Okay, no more.
From my childhood, I saw a lot of sort of drawbacks about our old system. Ultimately, because power in few people's hand, no independent judiciary. So since my childhood, very critical about this situation.
Retired or not, the Chinese still see you as a political figure, and the Tibetans still see you as a political figure.
So then most important, 6 million Tibetan people, I think 99%, they truly trust me and put a lot of hope on me. So I have moral responsibility to help them.
When you left more than 50 years ago, how long did you think you would be in exile when that happened?
Oh, at that time, you see, I think no Tibetan expects, you see, so long, you see, have to remain outside. No, I think, although at that time, some Tibetan feel within few years we can return. I do not feel that. I myself also not expected also over 54 years now.
Since your political retirement, have you had more time for spiritual matters?
Oh, that's right. Yes. Now, all my energy, all my sort of time can devote these two fields. One, promotion of human value, and the second, promotion of religious harmony. Happy life very much depend on peace of mind. So peace of mind very much related with more compassionate heart.
A more compassionate heart is what many hoped China's new president, Xi Jinping, would bring to the relationship, especially considering the close ties between the Chinese president's father and the Dalai Lama's brother. But China's harsh persecution of Tibetans and its attempts to isolate the Dalai Lama internationally has been unrelenting.
China's becoming more powerful, more secure, more confident, but is it showing any sign of loosening its grip on Tibet?
You see, like Hu Jintao, when he became president, his one sort of was the slogan, his main sort of object is to build harmonious society. It is very useful, I mean, very important. But frankly speaking, 10 years passed, not much sort of achieved that. I think the method wrong, relying use force. It's a force, you use force, create fear. Fear destroys trust. Trust is the basis of harmony. The hardliner believe harmony, unity can bring by force. That's totally unscientific, totally wrong. They have to find more scientific or more realistic method to build happy country.
But there's no sign of that, sir. I mean, it must be very difficult for you to retain any optimism that things are going to improve in Tibet. There's no signs of it. It must be hard on an emotional level for you.
Yes, difficult is difficult, but things are changing. I always look last over 60 years, like Chairman Mao's era, I consider era of ideology. Then Deng Xiaoping find economy is more important than just ideology. So Deng Xiaoping era concentrate, liberalize in economic field. Now some way China become capitalist country. Socialist country, socialist just a name. So now the Xi Jinping era, there's not much choice but except some liberalization in political field.
Without even a flicker of liberalisation on display, the frustration of Tibetans in and outside of China has now reached desperation point. In recent years, displayed in a most disturbing form, Tibetans, mostly young men, setting themselves on fire as a form of political protest. Almost without precedent in Tibetan history, a wave of self-immolations have occurred since 2009. 130 Tibetans have now set themselves ablaze. If they happen to survive, they're hospitalised and then imprisoned.
There's changes in China. There's also changes in Tibetan culture too, and some of it not for the better. I'm referring to the sort of rather extreme pattern of violence, of self-violence, of immolation. Where's it come from, and what's your position on it?
Very, very sad. This is symptom of some causes. Now Chinese government must investigate what are the causes.
Well, they are investigating, and they say you're the cause, or your clique are the cause. They believe that you're encouraging
that's
this.
Hardliners' official view. There are sort of, I say, tremendous sort of sadness about the sort of restriction about Tibetan religious sort of, or say, study. And meantime, this act, self-burning, also you see some kind of sort of non-violence. Such sort of people easily shoot other people or use explosive, but still they restrain.
Yes,
and just sacrifice their own life.
They're hurting themselves. I mean, it's horrifying to me. In your view, how could a boy like this do what he did? What's he thinking?
But that's a sign of determination. And then strictly speaking, from the Buddhist viewpoint, then ultimately depend on the motivation. The motivation, thinking about Buddhism, then the action become very positive. If such action is carried with full of anger, hatred, then negative.
You have been criticised for not making a clear statement to condemn these actions. Do you condemn it on a spiritual level?
If I say some harsh word, and what will feel this family member? They feel great regret.
Yes.
I cannot support at the same time. So best thing is remain silence.
My final question: do you think you'll see Tibet again in your lifetime?
Oh, quite definite. Things are changing.
Good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.